Oh, good morning. Just talked to my good friend Vladimir, and I'm getting pumped up for the class tomorrow on the 3 words that we're going to target called hormones, menopause, andropause. Again, my point of view, my perspective, my opinion, based on everything that I've gathered over my deliberate focus in all things human performance and healing of 25 years of doing this. I'm actually going to do a post today. I mean, there was even started where I was actually stretching and jogging at a point, right? And we were doing cleanses and detoxes and mega dosing certain things. And so again, to go all in on something and learn from what doesn't work is just as valuable as somebody telling you maybe what does, and then you just taking that off and going. So there's a lot of value in experiencing the things that might not appear ideal, right? If you look at it the way that as opportunities, which is what the body is designed to do, which is what we're going to cover tomorrow. So again, tomorrow's Zoom workshop. Understanding hormones, menopause, and andropause. These are 3 hot topics right now going through really all levels of medicine, coaching. I'm seeing all these fitness trainers, all these nutritionists, guides, coaches, light breath work. Like everybody is addressing this, targeting it, and bringing some level of salvation to it. So I just wanted to, we're not going to diagnose, we don't treat, we don't cure ever on this page or in this office, ever. Will that ever happen? I've never done that. I also warn when you actually go into a style of medicine that does do that, and you just understand what that will do to force you to have to do more work on the other end of it. But again, not to focus there, we're going here. To help you understand and make sense of what these 3 words are in your life. Like, what do they even do? What's the point? Why do I know about them? Or why have I heard about them? Or what do they mean to me? Or what can I use as an opportunity to just bring massive clarity and understanding, so then you then know your individual next step? Because I have no idea who you are unless we do a follow-up after the class, which I urge after these workshops. If it makes sense and you feel like it, you want to take it a step further, great. But we will be starting, so with those 3 words, again, they're just words to the human body. Hormones, menopause, andropause, just words. What do they mean? What do they mean to you? Because then your actions moving forward off of those words are really what make those words what they are. Not just saying the words or repeating statements or repeating sentences of those words, but it's, well, your level of understanding on it, and then how you act after that, that's going to determine the gravity that those words hold in your life. So we always start with muscle. I don't care what topic we're talking about. Your currency for change, your ability to do anything from swallow to chew, to be able to handle light, to be able to process people inflicting on you attacks, dancing, to seeking out relationships, to changing relationships, to even just rolling around in bed, programming a new bedtime, sitting in a sauna, making breakfast. Muscle survives surgery. Muscle focuses eyes. Muscle is body language. Muscle is your currency for change. Muscle is the stuff that everything's going to go through that you will be able to bring in with your energy budget. Muscle has to be. Muscle is the currency for change. Muscle is where we will start. So we will talk about why the connections of those 3 words and muscle. We're going to talk about certain levels of training with that. And then you got to go into, no matter what level you bring muscle to, what are all the things that can affect that tissue, that coherent muscle tissue? My God. So we have to understand what light is with hormones, menopause, andropause, what the role of light, not just sunlight, what the role of rest is, not just sleep and naps, relative to those 3 terms. What the role of nourishment is, not just food and drink, in relation to those 3 terms. What the role of your relationships are, the relationships with you, the relationship with you with your profession, you with your body, you with food, you with others, you with animals, you with a significant other, you with a family, you. So have to go in, and what does that all, how do those 3 factor in with that? Then we go into beliefs and values and virtues and how to assess those. We're going to have some protective beliefs that we aren't even aware that are there, but we know through feelings and thoughts. Then we got to go into some of the pitfalls that we come into once we assess all this and bring all this in to bring light on these things. Again, as it stands with these three words, hormones, menopause, andropause, because these are three words that we all get to experience. These are gateways that we all get to use and experience that we will go through. And since we're all going to get to experience it, it must mean that it's a pretty powerful process. It's a pretty powerful thing that we all, if we can view it from a standpoint of how the body actually works and just look at it as uplifting, safe, creative, instead of something to be controlled, avoided, or manipulated in some way. I had a personal experience with hormone therapy. Not many people know this. Going to break down what my experiences is with there and what the truth is behind that. I don't utilize that in practice by any means, but I do have personal experience with that as well as clinical in the years and years and years of walking people through certain things and trial and erroring and seeing through experience, not formal education, but experience what happens, how does that affect somebody, whether it's male, female. That's another thing, big thing. When humans understand these three words to then take their next step of action, when they're in a shared relationship or partnership of some kind, the level of support coming from that level of understanding is a world of difference. Because when we're going through these gateways, menopause, andropause, and our hormones are being one element, a very small element that's the body's utilizing for our benefit, the to make sense of somebody's response, to be able to sit calmly and lovingly to support and go, this is the role that I need to be for this right now, because it's going to be scary and intense and fleeting and aggressive, and it's going to be things you've never seen before. And so again, if we can have a male and female understand each other's bodies as well as their own, then think about what that relationship would be and what the support would be and what just got freed up energetically if you don't have to worry about, the concerns like, oh, I wonder what today is going to be like. I wonder where we're going to go here, or somebody pushing you to do some sort of level of treatment or surgery that you maybe not be behind. But now you have support and you can weigh out calmly all your choices and options. So that's going to be a big portion of this, is the relationship component from a male and female perspective. And again, I think it would be really cool if men in relationships understood not only their bodies, but a woman's body, to then know what their true role of support was, not just be a I got you, hun, but actually understand it. Still be a but be able to understand so that you can both grow through this to go to this next stage of life should be the grandest. As I said, the last 2/3 of life should be way, way more wise, more ability, more strength. You've sharpened skill sets. You're good at things. You've learned things. You've cut some people out, things that don't service you. It should be such an elevated point in time of life. That's the design option if you wish to choose it. Unfortunately, the cycle that we have perpetuated in the world today is not. It's like the moment you're born, you have this immediate improvement because nobody can stop you really in that initial, and then you just start to decline as soon as you step foot into anything formal, any formal system, method, or form of education or sports or learning, and everything just is a decline on your way out, and you're just done. Just on your way out, depend on others, depend on the system, keep you quiet, mitigated as long as you can, as long as you decide to be here. So I want to bring to light some honesty around an understanding of this, that this section of life, this preparation time of you getting ready for this should be, if you want, big. So that's where a big motivator behind doing my perspective with this whole thing of these three words: menopause, hormones, menopause, andropause. And another big thing, like, we think that we're at the mercy of what the hormones do to us. There's things that we can do to force them to respond. So it's both ways. It's almost chicken and egg. Like, do we have a result because of these things in our blood, or can we take actions to promote a shift in the things in our blood? Yes and yes. And I want to break that down, the difference between that, because that's a level of confusion that, again, a lot of the forms of medicine out there are using against you, where it's just you're at the mercy of stuff, right? You're at the mercy of it. And again, I can't stand when a story is told that we have around you being born into some sort of body that would ever be against you. That it just doesn't. There's too much proof around in your day-to-day. And that's sad, really. Because to have an existence where you're just kind of waiting for this thing to attack you, or waiting for somebody to take the rug out from under your legs, or waiting for somebody to stab you in the back, and it's you, like you with you. That's, can't control what other people, do, but you with you. So want to cover all that. So again, this is an unlicensed. This is not medical advice. I'm not a licensed practitioner by any means. I've been in the health, healing, and performance of human sector sandbox for 25 years, polishing and polishing and polishing and polishing and polishing, so that you can take this information and then you can create your next 25 years from my point of 25 years. And then think about that. Like, if we kept doing that, we would keep elevating. We wouldn't have to repeat this stuff, right? So that's the big thing. We will not diagnose, treat, or cure anything. We're not going into any of that. That's not what happens here in this office, or any of my material, wherever be that. But email for all details and questions and concerns. People are having some really cool concerns, and you can connect with me in email, info@TommyJohnIII.com. Again, we're rolling at 2:30 tomorrow Pacific time. If you can't make it, don't worry about it. If you register, you'll get the replay for at least 7 days. If you need more time with it, just let me know. Email me and let me know. No big deal. But looking forward to it. It's a big topic, important topic right now, and things that I can show you how I'm applying them personally into my life, understanding these three words personally in my own life, for you to be able to take this thing wherever you want to roll with it. Looking forward to seeing everybody there.